A few years ago, I did a video on replacing the touchscreen digitizer on a 2017 Silverado. This is the 8-inch screen that GM put in a lot of vehicles, a lot of pickup trucks, a lot of SUVs. It's just changing, flipping through the channels. This is new. It hasn't done this. This is getting radical. Volume on and off. It hangs up on calls. I replaced this. I did get a lot of questions from people that were a little anxious about peeling this off the LED screen or LCD screen, with worry about damaging it because it is glued on from the factory, and that can be an issue, and then having to re-glue this. So I decided to do a video installing the entire screen with the digitizer already installed from the factory. The difference is this is anywhere from $60 to $100. This is anywhere from $14 to $30, just depending on the model, the type. But if you do have a damaged screen, the actual LCD does not light up, or it has issues or is broken, this is a way to go with that. This is going to be much faster because you don't have to peel the digitizer, which is this, off the face and glue the new one on. If you feel that the less expensive route is the way you want to go and you feel confident, I will put the link to my original video down below in the pinned comments, and you can just go down there and check that out. But I'm going to go ahead and replace what I did before with this one, just to see what the difference is. If you have any questions, which I did get a lot of them on the original video, please comment below, like, subscribe. I will have all these parts in the description. Just make sure you check your model and make sure that everything fits. They are going to be affiliate links. I bought all these. Nobody supplied them to me. The Pry Tools, I will put the tools that are necessary in the link below also. But they are affiliate links, just so you know. The channel does get compensated, but it does not increase the price, so it doesn't cost you any extra money. If you have any questions, again, please put them in the comments. I do try and read them all. I try and answer them all. It does take me a few days sometimes because there are different videos, and sometimes it takes me a bit to look back. As you can see behind me, there's a 2017 Razor that I'm getting ready to replace the transmission on, and I was going to do a video on how to remove it. Maybe a quicker way, because this is the second time I've done that. Let's begin. We're going to pry this around the outside. This whole bezel all the way around will come off. And it's difficult to get started. You just got to work the tool and pry, and then slowly snap it around the outside. Work it all the way down and all the way around. Again, I bought all these tools, and I will have the links below. As I said before, these are affiliate links, so I just want to be upfront and honest. And then you pry. We'll next be removing these screws around the outside and taking off this piece. You can remove, this is for the heated and aired seats. You can remove these to get this out of the way. It is a 7mm. There's 4 of them. Now I'm going to disconnect these 2 plugs, and then I'll just take the whole screen out. The actual screen is behind all these torque screws, and they're 15s. So I will remove all of those. And I told you I had to remove those 2 plugs. There was actually a third one right there for the heating and air. So you remove those 3, and then technically the whole screen just comes out. All the screws have been removed. You got to get even the ones that are in here. There's 2 down here, around the outside, and then this cover comes off. And that gets you to the board. Got to make sure you take these pins out, and you got to be really, really careful. They are delicate. And the way to get these ribbons out is they're held in by this black strip. Gently pry it up, and then the ribbon, you can see how these edges fit down in the groove, and then just pull the ribbon up. I've already undone this one. Roll this board out of the way, and then our screen just comes out. And the other video I did, you can see that I had used the tape to glue the digitizer back on. So that we are replacing the entire screen this time. This is just to demonstrate that if the screen is damaged, what you can replace, or if the display is not working as well as the digitizer. It saves you the step of having to glue this and peel this off. If you want to see the other video, again, I will have it linked below. And by the way, the new screen does have a plastic protector on it that came from the factory. You do need to peel that off. It's just like any, see my thumb where it's coming up? Just peel that off. Now, I'm pretty sure I can't do this one-handed. But just remember, this ribbon goes down in there. The little fingers will snap down in there, and then just fold that over till it snaps. We'll have to get the old ribbon off of the other one. I'm going to see if I can show you this just so you feel confident about it. It goes down in there. Like that. And then that just snaps over. Again, to illustrate, you see the little fingers on the outside? See how it's fit down in that groove on both sides? There. And there. Make sure that's like that. And then snap that over. And then I always look to make sure that the blue strip is even all the way around. On this too, when you put this plastic cover back on, these pins have to actually fit through it, as does this port, so be really, really careful when sliding that back on that you don't bend or break any of these pins. Before you put this black cover back on, these pins stick through the board, so the torque 15s can go in there. Make sure everything's down, your ribbons are good, and then you can put the cover back on. Okay, the cover's back on, and this was what I was talking about. See the alignment of those pins? They're all in there, they're straight, they're in the proper holes. And there is the port lined up for that plug. And again, now we'll put the 15s back in. I have all the screws back in. Those two didn't take them. They're just holes. I'm going to plug it in, and before I put the cover back on, I'm going to test it just to make sure I got all the ribbons back where they belong, and we're going to see what happens. Well, that's a good sign. Well, so far everything's working as it should. The screen is, the screen has a lot of reflection to it. I guess because it's new. The truck's got 270 some odd thousand miles on it, so the old screen had a lot of use, but all the buttons seem to work as they should. So that's a good sign. And to put this back in, just clear your wires. Snap it back in place. Now for a test drive, but I'll give you the first impression. The screen is way clearer than the original one. And again, I don't know whether it was just because the original one had 200 and some odd thousand miles on it or what. But the reflection's really high, so we'll have to see what it's like in the sun. But the touchscreen and everything's working, so I'm going to call this a success. We'll just see how the long term is. If this video's helped you out any, give me a subscribe, give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel out. I'm going to have more videos on this truck. I'm going to replace one of the doors. I had a little accident, so I'm going to put a new door on it and replace everything inside of it. Check out the other videos of the repairs of this 270 some odd thousand mile diesel truck. Have a great day.